Hi everyone and welcome to this video. My name is Paul Turner and this, I never know which way.
Hello, I'm Sarah Jane Cruikshank from the UK.
Okay, so let me just tell you what we're doing. We found Forex, in my case, it's getting on for 2 years now, probably about 10 months ago. Sorry, 1 year, 10 months. And Sarah, for you, it's been how long?
About 15 months now since I sort of joined doing Forex and stuff, yeah.
Okay, and if anyone had said to me before that I'd be trading Forex,
no way. There's no way I would have done.
No.
Not in a million years that I'd ever be doing this. But what an incredible thing to be able to learn and do now. It's just changed everything.
Our sort of apprehension, our thought about Forex was pretty much the same. It's too risky. People, you can lose money. You have to be a banker. It takes years to learn. So if you've got those preconceptions, I'm going to ask you, if you're not going to lose them, that's fine. Just don't bother watching the rest of this, because this isn't scripted. We're certainly not clever salespeople or anything. We've got nothing to sell. We're just going to teach you Forex, how it was not how it was shown to us, how we've learned to sort of simplify it really over the last sort of 18 months to 2 years, just to share with you. And the reason we do it is, I mean, for me, I used to hate my job. Used to absolutely hate it. I ended up getting my own business, found out I was just an employee really. I owned a job rather than, be a business owner. Pensions, holidays, didn't get paid, if you go on holiday, if you're off sick and stuff like that. So turn to online kind of things. A lot of those things are difficult. You have to sell, you have to recruit. Found Forex, guys. There was an initial learning period for me, and I think I speak for Sarah, she'll tell you her sort of experience as well, but we've kind of been through a lot of fantastic when I started, then it kind of dipped a bit, and then there was another strategy you could learn, and I jumped to that one, and then I jumped to that one. Well, after now, we've left all that behind. If you want something that works, if you want to know what Forex is, right from even what it means, through to actually being able to place some trades, that's what this is for. And if you want to do it, my only aim is to help people get free from their job if that's what they want to do. It might not be for that. They might just want some extra cash or whatever for holidays or the finer things in life, or take care of the kids or whatever. What about you, Sarah? Just briefly, what was your sort of reason for getting involved?
Well, I used to work as a cake artist in a shop. I left when I had my 2 children, and I didn't want to go back to work because the nursery fees were more than what I was going to get paid, and I just thought I need to do something from home so that I could be at home with my children. So I started working online. I joined various beauty companies selling different products, and everything kind of works. It's okay, but nothing really was sort of steady. I wasn't really learning anything major. And then I was introduced to Forex, and my first initial thought were, no way, I am not getting on a train going into the city. I'm not going into Wall Street. I'm not looking at charts. I'm not shouting out all these numbers and things. There's no way in the world that that's something that I could do. But the way that it was shown to me was it was an opportunity where I could learn the skill that these bankers are using and these traders are using in the cities, but I can do it from home, and I can do it at my own pace, and I can do it in a way that I can actually understand this. And as soon as I started to tap into the training and started to go through the very simple steps that they teach you, it was obvious that yes, you can. Anybody can do this because it's so simplified. It's so step by step. At first, you feel very intimidated. You think, I'm never going to learn this. But as you break it down into bite-sized chunks, actually, it's not difficult. It's not difficult at all. It's just learning a new skill, like with any new skill, like learning to drive. At first you think, oh my God, how the hell am I ever going to make this car go down the road? But once you do it, you probably get in your car now and not even think about it. It's just a skill that you've learned that now it just becomes second nature to you. And that's how Forex has become to me and many other people that joined as well. You do go through a learning curve. You do go through a learning journey. But I feel that me and Paul and some of the team now have kind of gone through all that for you almost, so that we can now break it down to how, it worked for us, how it's simplified for us. And we're trying to make it as simple as possible so that anybody could do this from home and make their own money by trading. The risk management is all there in place. This is not as scary as it might initially sound. And honestly, if I can do this with, 2 children running around, then anybody could do this as long as they dedicate their time to learning this stuff. And that's what we're going to give you today, a big insight into what exactly it all is.
So we've broken it down into 5 steps. We're calling it 5 days. So today really is just what is Forex. Now, if you look below or above or somewhere on this page, but you're going to see a video, and that video tells you exactly what Forex is. Okay, so it's only about 3-4 minutes long, but it does a really good job of actually explaining. Now, basically, it's buying and selling foreign currencies. So, you know, if you go on holiday and you're in the UK like us, and you go to Spain, you have to get your pounds converted into euros. The value of the euro fluctuates. And what we do is we do a buy and a sell of the currency at the same time. So the way I like to trade, there's various ways you can do it, but I'm normally done inside, you know, an hour, let's say, when I trade. And what Sarah said about breaking it down into small chunks is probably a good opportunity to sort of go in and show you why people are doing this. And it's something you couldn't do a few years ago because you kind of needed specialist stuff. As the internet and technology have come around, it's opening up, and you know, we've said it's a revolution, and you know, it's been around for years. It was just hard to get into, and you did need a lot of capital because you had to go to brokers that required you to have a lot of money. That's all changed. So what do you think? Should we show you just some quick stats? Let me share my screen. Probably see my messy desktop, but never mind. Like I say, guys, this isn't like a pro thing or whatever. So, you know, there's some industry stats here, just to let you know how big the market is. It's $5.3 trillion every single day are traded on the Forex market. So you only need like a slither of a slither of a percentage even to be able to make, you know, some money here. There's mainly 7 currency pairs. Some people choose just to focus on 1 or 2, but we don't, you know, and as you go through this 5-day little guide, you're gonna see how we determine what trades to take and what not to take. So we come out on top basically. And Sarah mentioned a group. When I say we, by the way, there's over 1,600 of us. There's over 1,600 of us in a group. We want that figure to grow because we want to get this out to people that it's something you can do from home with a very small investment, as you'll see in a minute. So, you know, it's 53 times bigger than the New York Stock Exchange. The retail Forex trading market, that's basically us, okay? People like me and Sarah trading from home. That's 5.5% of the whole market, right? People say to me sometimes, oh yeah, but if we all start trading from home, isn't that going to affect the market? No, because we don't all take the same trades anyway, for one, you know, and that 5.5% is the whole world, you know. We're sat here in the UK, it's not going to make any difference. So if you're interested in this, you know, you can go and look, but it tells you the most popular pair and everything. But I wanted you to see that, you know, it's $5.3 trillion today. There's room for us. Let's do this first. Let's do it this way around. Let's. If you've got preconceptions about it's risky, you know, people said to me, "Oh, you don't want to do that. You'll lose your house," and that is ridiculous. It's impossible. I pray. You know, it's just, okay, it is impossible to lose your house. Okay, you can only really lose what you put in. So there's an adage that says, "Don't trade more than you're willing to lose." You know that. You so bulletproof yourself if you take that on board and say, listen, I'm only going to trade what I'm willing to lose. Okay. Now let me show you how many trades Sarah knows. I'm not going to ask Sarah, but how many trades do you think you would have to lose in a row to say take £300, dollars, euros or whatever? Okay. And what you do is you risk a certain amount per trade. So if you're going to risk, say, 3% of your account, okay, every time you make a Forex trade, look, 300, the first time you're going to lose $9. But the next time, okay, you're risking 3% of 291, not 300. So the amount you lose actually drops. Now look, to get down to about half of your account, you need to lose 23, 24 trades in a row. Guys, go through this 5-day course. Go through this 5-day free, totally free guide. You got nothing to buy. We're going to show you how you can trade without having to invest a penny, right? Okay, we're going to show you tomorrow, the next video, how you can trade on demo and play in the markets without risking a single penny. But if you lost 23 or 24 in a row, if you don't think, hang on a minute, either I must be doing something wrong or something's not set up right or something, okay, then definitely don't get into trading. Okay, if you lose that many in a row and you don't think something's wrong, okay, don't get into trading because you kind of got the wrong idea. Now, to get down to a third of your account takes 37 trades, losing trades in a row. Okay, I'm not saying it can't happen, but I've never known it happen, put it that way.
The people, when you see these horror stories and you hear these stories about, oh, I lost thousands of pounds in trading, the reason these people lost that money is because they were not using proper risk management and they had not been through the training. They just thought they knew it all. They thought, oh, I'm going to risk all this money because, you know, if it wins big. They're not doing it properly. And we want to dispel all the myths that this is risky, this is silly, because we will teach you how to do it safely and we're not risk-free because there's always going to be a risk, but with proper risk management, you can be in control of your trades. You can be in control of how much you're going to be willing to lose, and we teach you all that. So there really isn't anything to be frightened of here.
So we're showing you kind of like, this is, you know, if it all went wrong, you got to go really wrong to get serious. You could definitely, to get down to a third of your account, if you had $100, people have grown that into thousands, you know, and we're not sharing results because they're irrelevant. So we're going to kind of just share like the math. We're going to share with you the science, okay? Because the science is the science, okay? How close you get to it is up to you, you know. And you know, governing bodies don't like us enticing you in by sharing our profits, which, you know, but so we're just going to play safe and show you the maths. So we've shown them what could go wrong. Let's show you what can go right and the plan. So Sarah, do you want to talk about Sarah, you know, we started using a daily plan basically, and Sarah posted a lot that it really turned things around for her. So do you want to kind of talk through this spreadsheet, Sarah, and how the plan worked for you?
When I first started trading, I didn't have what was called a trading plan. And once we got this spreadsheet put together and I started to use it, my trading became so much more successful, and you know, my mindset changed a lot. The way the plan works is that you put into the spreadsheet what percentage of daily growth per day you would like to achieve. And the spreadsheet works out for you. You put in your starting amount, so how big your account is that you're trading with, how many, you know, what your daily goals are. And the spreadsheet will tell you how much returning profit, you know, your target is for that day. If you're just going for 3%. So on this example on the screen here, this account started with $250 and the aim was to grow it by 3% a day. Is this a month or a day you're on? Which screen?
This is the daily one.
The daily one, right. So starting with $250, you can see by growing it by 3%, you would earn you would profit $7.50. Okay, and it tells you also what lot size you need to be putting on. We'll go through lots.
We'll explain that tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, don't worry about that in a moment. We'll go through all that. So at the end of day one, your account has grown 257. So another nice little 750 growth. Okay, so the next day, that 257 is your starting amount. So again, you're going to grow it by 3%. So your returning profit that day is going to be 7.73. Okay, so then at the end of the day, you're trading the next day with your new, better value new starting amount. And this is called a compounding spreadsheet. And it doesn't look a lot when you first start because you're starting with $250 and you're just growing it by sort of $7, $8 a day. But if you compound that money and every day you start with a new higher amount, your lot size adjusts as you go up, so your returning profit grows, and then it is absolutely incredible to see how that, you know, turns out towards, you know, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months of trading. But the reason this plan worked for me is because, I don't know about you, but as a mum at home, I have to have a list for everything. I have to know exactly what I'm doing. If I don't have a list or I don't have something to work from, I'm kind of all over the place. And I can come in the morning and I can think to myself, right, I'm going to do some trades today. I get my spreadsheet out, which I've always got on my desk, as you can see, and I put in my starting amount. So how much is my account today? So I put that in. I want to grow it by 3%, and I can see on my spreadsheet, you know, how many pips I need to get that day, what lot size I need to put on, and then as soon as I reach my target for the day, I finish. I don't trade anymore. I close my laptop, I tick it off. As you can see, it's all ticks on here on the side. So I reached my daily goal, I tick it off, and then I'm done for the day. I've done my trade. And this is keeping me grounded. This is keeping my mindset right. And this is keeping me just energized and excited, because as I look down the spreadsheet to see, you know, how the compounding is going to be growing my account, it's incredibly powerful and incredibly exciting. And I've never known any other way that you can work from home and build your own account. You know, you can grow it, and, you know, without having to sell or recruit to anybody. This is something that you can do yourself, and you're in control of this. If you don't trade one day, you don't trade one day. You know, you don't grow it that day. You know, you start again the next day. You're in control of this. You're in control of how much you're willing to risk. And you can use this spreadsheet to help you, and it's helped me. And you will get a copy of this spreadsheet as well.
Free gift. Yeah, if you look below this video, you can actually download this so you can put your own numbers in. Now, it says right at the top, look, probable examples. Okay, probable examples. So some people go for 2% a day if you're less risk averse. That spreadsheet where we show, you know, how hard it is basically to sort of lose money if you follow proper risk management. If you make that 2% rather than 3% a trade, and you start with, we'll make the numbers the same in a minute. Okay, so 300, 2% risk per trade. You know, to get down to half of your account now, you need to go down to 35 losses in a row. 35 losses in a row. Now, consequently, then, what do you make if you go for 2% a day? So when you get this spreadsheet, you can play with your own numbers. So all you do is you put in here how much you want to risk per trade. You want to do between 1% and 5%. Don't go any higher than 5%. 5% is greedy, okay? Let me just show you this spreadsheet, the reason why. So you need 35 losing trades in a row to get down to half of your account at 2%. If I make that 5% per trade, that number comes right down to 14 or 15. So 3% is your midway. 2% is very risk adverse. Well, 1% is very risk adverse. 2% is risk adverse. 3% is average. 4% is pushing it a little bit. 5% is for you rebels that don't mind. You know, you're veering then towards, like, we don't gamble. We do not gamble. Once you start getting into those higher amounts, you've got kind of the gambling mentality a little bit. We don't gamble. We know we're going to lose some trades. Okay, so let's make that 2%. Let's make that 300 the same as the other spreadsheet. Now, these here, the start month is always going to be 1. That's all that means. Okay, so you start in month 1. That was a spillover from some of the other tabs. And then this daily pip goal. Now, tomorrow you'll understand what pips are. For now, leave it at 10. Okay, just leave that at 10 for now, and just put in your own risk percentage and your own starting amount. So let's see, £300, dollars, euros, whatever you trade in. At the end of the first month, you should have made around about 145 if you can make that 3% every day, and you probably won't. At the end of 6 months, your 300 can turn into 3,229. And at the end of 12 months, 34,766, which is an okay wage for a lot of people. You won't necessarily do your 3% every day, let's say. Some people are, though, but you might not necessarily. But the question I always say to people is, if you did half of that, would you be unhappy? If you did a third of it, would you be unhappy? And they're like, well, God, no, of course not. If you go 3%, just to see what a difference it makes and why I personally go for 3%, okay, because it's the same work, the percentage doesn't matter. It's just exactly the same work, same skill, and it doesn't take long. But going for 3% a day and compounding your daily amount, 361,455. Now, again, this is the math. And some people go, no, I don't believe it. And I get them to work it out with a calculator, and they come back and they go, where do I start? So again, if you did a third of that, if you did 10% of that, you're going to be happy. Okay. And that's the way to look at it with this. Okay. This is just intended as a rough guide. So what else have we got to tell you today? I think that's probably it. This video above, let you know what Forex is. This video has explained why people doing it. Stay at home mum, 2 young kids, you know, you trade it, you know, how much of your day does it take, Sarah?
Oh, probably about 15 minutes to look at some charts. I can do it off my phone as well. There's an app I can use that gets trade ideas on my phone. So I can do it in and amongst what I'm doing in my normal daily life. So it doesn't take a lot of time. The training is what you need to dedicate your time to. So say you've put the kids to bed, yeah, and you know, rather than sit and watch some rubbish on the telly, why not watch an hour of the training and start to educate yourself a little bit? So the education is up to you how long you want to spend doing that, but obviously the more the better. But the actual trading side itself, it's not long at all. You can look at a chart, you can, you know, make a decision based on the things we're going to teach you. So you can do this in and amongst a working background. If you work 9 to 5, you can do this if you're a stay-at-home mum and you're busy with your children. You can do it if you're a taxi driver and you're out on the cab run. If you're a bus driver, you know, whatever you do, this can be fitted in with your lifestyle. You don't have to change anything about your lifestyle to do this. This is just making a few compromises to fit this in. So it's not massively time-consuming either.
We've got all sorts. We've got builders. We've, you know, all sorts of people doing this. Right. So. Video above for Forex. This video explains why you might want to look at it and why it's kind of the new revolution, you know, why so many people are turning to this. And down underneath this video is your free gift for today. You've actually got the spreadsheet I've just showed you, so you can go and play around with it. You can look at some various scenarios. You can look at how much money you might want to start with if you know, when you do it. Mess around with that risk percentage. And tomorrow we'll get into the good stuff. We'll show you how to actually set up so you can actually go and play in the market. The real market, but without risking a single penny of your money on a demo account, which is pretty cool. And they're all like the basics that you need. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah,
see you tomorrow.
Thanks a lot.